All right, let's squeeze this other fan in. Let's work on getting the fire bricks installed. So it looks like there's 3 different sizes. So it looks like I need 8 of the large size and 1 of the smallest size for the back. So let's get those installed. All right, so it's showing the small one over here on this side. All right, I'm gonna start putting these in. Okay. And now it's showing 3 across the top. Oops. And then I need a little bit smaller one. There we go. All right, there's the back. Next up, we'll do the bottom. So it's the 3 of the bigger ones down each side and 3 of the smaller ones up the middle. All right. And the bigger ones. Just those. Go. All right. And now it should be 3 of the big ones on each side standing up. Oops. All right. Now we need to do the bricks that are on top of this refractory piece. And I was looking, and it was showing that this bevel needs to be over to the right and down. So let me get that set up right. I had initially pulled it out to make the stove lighter, or the fireplace lighter, so we could move it into place. Okay. All right, and the pattern looks like all of the big bricks along the back with a thin one, and then 2 big bricks with a shorter, full-sized one. Right. And the last brick. All right, we're all set. And then the last part to finish off is this stainless steel piece that comes right up here and goes between the tube and this refractory piece. All right, there we go. So next we need to connect the fresh air intake to the fireplace, which is that 4-inch opening right there. and then it is going to run vertically up the chase after we put in an air trap. Since I am bringing the fresh air into the fireplace from up above in the actual chimney chase that we built, I need to put an air trap as they're showing here on this diagram. So it's almost like a P-trap for like water, very similar. I imagine the reason it goes down, across, and back up is if you just came out of the fireplace and turned a 90 degrees straight up, once that warms up, the hot air from inside the chimney will probably vent right out that fresh air intake. So then if you have that trap where the air would have to go down and up, and the hot air obviously won't go down, so that way it could still draw in the cold air from above. So in order to accomplish that air trap, rather than just having 390s attached, I'm going to drop down a little bit, and I'm also going to extend over a little bit, make that trap just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to cut a 6-inch piece of ducting before this elbow, and then I'm going to put another 6-inch piece of ducting before the other elbow going up. So 6, 12. All right, snap this together. Whoa! All right, just got to go get my crimpers so we can crimp this edge so it'll slide into the elbows. All right, let's get this crimped up. All right, there we go. Okay, let's get this air trap put together. Okay, let's tape this up now. All right, I got some foil tape. All right. All right, I think I'll put just a couple of pieces of tape on each of these adjustable sections of the 90s to keep them from spinning on me. So there is the air trap, and since I'm going pretty far up, the instructions wanted you to upsize to a 5-inch, but 5-inch is kind of hard to get, so I went from a 4-inch to a 6-inch. So I'm gonna attach a section of 6-inch pipe to this reducer, and then we'll get it connected up here. So I can lean it up. Thank you. All right, let's get that up in its place. Okay. All right, let me get that in there and get it strapped into place, and we'll start working our way up the chimney. Things we do for YouTube, it's virtually impossible for all of us to fit in here. All 540 of you, 42 of you. You guys forgot to tell me I didn't tape this joint. So I had to pull it all apart just to tape it. I don't know, some of you guys are probably yelling at your video screen. There we go. Secured back up. So now we just have to continue that up. I'm going to go ahead and find where I need to cut that 6-inch round opening at the top, and I will make a draft stop for that. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and shove it up through the hole. Had to just trim it out just a hair, wouldn't quite fit. My 6-inch hole style was just a skosh smaller. Okay, let me see might, what my offset looks like. All right, so there is our air trap, and it goes up the 6-inch. I had to do an offset there so I could get by that 2x4 up there. And now we are poked out into the attic, and we'll head up there and continue on. Okay, so we made it up in the attic, but we're running into some plumbing pipes here. So we're going to do another little 45-degree offset from the top of this pipe, and we're going to come back this way, and we'll 45 again, and then we'll be able to go up into the fireplace chase. So let me get this one set, and then we'll set this other elbow as a 45 as well. And it'll sit something like that, and we'll just figure out what kind of measurement we need in between the two pieces. All right, let's see how we did. All right, that looks pretty good. So I need to get another couple of elbows because I got to turn to go out the side of the chimney chase, and we need to, after we turn, we got to do a little offset to get around another 2x4. So we'll go get those and continue from there. I was able to finish the combustion air for the fireplace. So I ended up putting an elbow, and we're coming out the side of the chimney chase, and I will show you up on the roof what that looks like. And there is the intake, and I may have said it earlier in the video, but this chimney, or this fireplace is designed where you could have the fresh air intake run vertical up as long as it is not more than 25 feet in length, or and it has to be 3 feet below the termination of the chimney. So I went ahead and put a chunk of the hardy board trim down first, and then when we put the planks in, they'll butt up around that that piece of hardy board trim there. One of the changes that I did make, I didn't like the 3-speed fan switch that I put in. It was either too slow or too fast, and I just couldn't dial it in where I wanted it, and I didn't get the right amount of heat coming out of the fireplace. So I went ahead and disconnected this. I'll eventually tear the switch out, and I went ahead and installed the factory switch and plug back in the box in the fireplace, and I will show you what that looks like. So there is the factory plug and variable speed switch for the fan, and I just like that. It worked much better. And then we'll get a fire going here, and you can hear what the fan sounds like. Well, there you got it. The fan's running now, and it is pretty quiet. And I don't think I will ever replace that 3-speed switch that I had up there with a variable speed one. I actually like the very lowest setting on the factory switch. It's the quietest setting, obviously, for the fireplace, but it also, the slow speed puts out the most heat coming out of the top fin. So I found speeding up the switch, the air was colder because it didn't have, it was passing over the heat exchanger area of the fireplace faster than on the lower speed, and it just wasn't picking up as much heat. So I'm good with the factory setting switch, and I think we're going to conclude this video here. I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.